Ready? Hello and welcome to Tell Me Something Good News. And
Hello.
welcome to the offer. Yes, welcome, Giselle. So today I'll be speaking with Giselle, who has released an exciting book called The Art of Solitude. So it's good. Congratulations on the release and your launch.
Thank
It's
you,
very
Victor.
exciting.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
yeah, it was very nice. It's my first book, and I've always wanted to write a book, but never really make it happen. So I'm very glad that it's now released.
That's good. That's very, very exciting. I bought the book and I've read it, and I'm telling you, not just from the point of of a person who just bought it and read it. It's
Mhm.
something that is it's going to help a lot of people
Hmm.
deal with the fast-paced life, with the everyday challenges and the stresses as well. That
Yes.
solitude is very much addresses the current challenges a lot of people are going to be having. But what we're going to do is I'm going to be asking you, the author, the questions
Yeah.
yourself, just have an understanding of what was the motivation and everything. So,
Hmm.
Giselle, could you explain what inspired you to write The Art of Solitude, and how has your personal journey influenced the
Hmm.
content?
Well, I think very much like I've always enjoyed writing in general.
Right.
There's a short period of time when I was young that I've thought of being a writer as well. But I thought, looking at the professional writers has to catch up on schedules, writing, meeting deadlines. I thought, no, that's not the thing that I really want because I think if I were to catch up deadlines, then it will be something, you have to write something more commercial rather than inspirational, right? So that's something that has always been on my mind, and moving from Hong Kong is the biggest turning point in my life, where I've experienced a lot of big changes, adjustments, which I mean, I've been practicing solitude throughout my life, since I was very young, but I think relocating to UK, it's the biggest turning point for myself to really, take it to another level. And secondly, I think I've been supporting a lot of different business in strategies, in a lot of things. So I thought, why don't I just do something of, really publishing my book and to see if I can create something that help people to change their life as well. So yeah, that's the main reason that I've decided to really be determined of making it happen.
It's good. And can you elaborate on the human four C's mentioned in your book and
Yeah.
their significance in achieving inner calm?
Yeah, so the human forces that I introduced is so first of all, as a woman, we always like diamonds, right? Diamonds is
Right.
girls' best friends.
Sure.
So when you were to find a good quality diamond, there's four C's that you have to achieve, like correct, clarity, and color and different things. Where finding a nice quality diamond, it's rare. It's expensive. If you can find it, it could be very expensive as well. Where I thought every human would have a human forces inside us, which is the calm, clarity, creativity, and connections. And where does it come from? Is because when you achieve the state of mind of being solitude, um, because we are living in a world that is connected more than ever, right? We are constantly being bombarded with different notifications, email, WhatsApp, different apps like Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and so on and so forth. We seem to be connected easily. But when you sit back, we're not really connected to anyone. The worst is we're not really connected to ourselves, right? So if we were to deliberately being able to practice solitude, we will be able to calm ourselves down, which will give us more reflection, which will give us the way that we can refocus ourselves, to reevaluate what we have done, or plan out what we should be doing as well, which will then bring us more clarity. And then it could also allow us to be more creative, because once you calm your mind, and once you have better clarity in yourself, you will then be able to think more clearly and creatively. And then to the last point is connections, because like I mentioned earlier on, we seem to be connected to a lot of people. We seem to be connected to the whole world, but in reality, we're not really connected to meaningful people. We're not making meaningful connections. So once we achieve those, different mindset, different 4C, human 4C steps, then we clear our mind. We have, more creative ways of, getting things done. Then we will be able to find more meaningful connections in our world. So that's how the human 4Cs is generally about.
That's good. And Giselle, how do you envision readers integrating the practices from your book into their daily lives, especially in today's fast-paced world?
Right. So there's a chapter in my book, which is like a little toolbox for people after the introduction of in explaining what 4C stands for. There's a
Right.
toolbox chapter explaining to my readers of how to practice it to achieve each C. So say, for example, to achieve calmness, you can be doing some journaling. You could have a walk outside. You can be reconnected to nature, where you can then give yourself a different perspective or seeing the world differently. And then to plan out and to be more creative from there. So there is a chapter of practical ideas of what you can do in achieving each C as well.
Great. And in what way does the art of solitude
Mhm,
address the challenges of
mhm.
remote work and the importance of solitude in this context?
So yeah, so there is a chapter also talks about remote work, solitude in remote work context, because first of all, I work remotely full time. And I think solitude is also the moment of, being alone, and I mean, not alone, but isolated yourself to think clearly, to leave yourself space. So remote work started from, I think it's starting to be really popular, getting really popular during COVID time,
Right.
where we were kind of forced, if we were to be, let's say if we have a family, if we have we're in a relationship, that we were forced to be in a space where we literally have to be with that person 24 hours, 7 days, right? So it's important for us that we should find our own space, even, you know, in different environment when you are working remotely as well. So let's say you can dedicate a corner of your home or where you stayed at, um, create your own space, and decorate with something that calms your mind, or put a candle in it. And solitude would help that remote working environment tremendously of staying focused, and back to the same 4C things, is clarity and creativity and connections.
Right. And could you Giselle, share a personal experience where embracing solitude led to a transformative moment in your life?
Well, that would definitely be my relocations from Hong Kong to UK. That is transformative because there are a lot of different adjustments. Although I mean, I've been to UK before I relocated here, but as a tourist, but to live here and to visit here as a tourist, that is a completely different thing, right? In terms of, practical element, I mean, culture-wise, that's fine, but then practical in the environment, say, for example, during Christmas time, you have absolutely no transportation, going out. That would
Hard.
actually, well, if you think of it negatively, that may a lot of people would be thinking, oh, that's so annoying, right? You can't go anywhere. But then, as an author of the book, The Art of Solitude, I
Mhm.
would try to embrace it as the solitude moment for me to reflect. So I think that's a huge transformative moments for me to have relocated to UK and then, create this to launch this book.
That sounds good. And what role does solo travel play in personal growth according to your findings in the book?
Yeah, I enjoy very much solo traveling because every time when you visit a new country, it's a new place. And if you practice solitude, that would open up your mindset of accepting more different people. You be more open-minded in talking with people and explore new places as well. So it certainly is something that solitude plays a key role in solo travel.
That's good. And how do you differentiate between solitude and loneliness? And why is this distinction important for personal development?
Extremely, extremely. I would say this is the vital elements of writing this book as well. So, and I think every time before I publish the book, when I share this, idea with all my friends, one of the most common response from uh, my network would be, oh, are you talking about solitude? Solitude, are you talking about loneliness? No, but actually, loneliness, like these two, these two terms is completely different. So first of all, loneliness is involuntary, right?
Right.
You can't control it. You can be in a room of, or you can be in a party where you have 1,000 people and you still feel lonely, right? Where loneliness can also 99.9% would lead to depression,
Mm, very
right?
true. It's true,
Um,
yeah.
where solitude is a deliberate practice state of mind where you want to grow yourself to
Mm,
achieve the different four C's because you want to, refocus, reflect yourself, and reconnect to the world, which the result would normally brings you a positive results. So it's a complete different result and state of mind.
that's good. That's good to know. And the last question I have
Mhm.
is what message or theme do you hope readers will take away from your book?
I think the key message would be embrace solitude, practice it more deliberately, and that will certainly bring everyone more life fulfillment and growth.
It's very, very good, very inspiring. And you've had your launches in London, in Dublin, and Toronto, I understand. And
Yeah.
this is like a virtual launch as well for the rest of the world. So,
Yeah, and I'm going to Hong Kong next month, so
yeah.
I'm organizing another book launch in Hong Kong.
Oh, that's even better. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, Hong Kong is obviously a very, very important part of the world,
Yeah,
Asia as
especially this
well.
is my
So
hometown, right?
yeah, it's a lot of business, and you're from Hong Kong originally, and this will really resonate with people in Hong Kong as well because their
Yeah,
life is very busy as well. But this is for anybody around the world because everybody encounters similar challenges, whether it's a fast-paced city or not as fast-paced. But I mean,
I
the Hong Kong launch is something to be very excited as
I
well.
think so. Yeah, yeah, I'm very looking forward to it.
That sounds great. Well, Giselle, I really appreciate the time you've taken to outline the book, your book launch, and the Art of Solitude, which is on sale. Good. That's good. That's good. So, Giselle, I appreciate the time that you've taken. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
can you do it once more? Because I think I was scratching one. So, Giselle, thank you for taking the time to outline the major features and benefits of your book, The Art of Solitude. And it was great to hear your perspectives and the major highlights and
Mm-hmm.
why it resonates with a lot of people and why at this time of the year it's really good to reflect and
Yeah,
purchase this book. So, for anybody looking at purchasing this book, there is a link that will be provided
yeah.
in on my site, and the price is very good for a limited time. So,
Mm.
whether it's a Christmas present or whether it's post Christmas sales or reflection for New Year's or New Year's
Exactly.
resolution. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a perfect book. So thank you, Giselle.
Thank you. It's available
You're
on
welcome.
digital version or print on demand version on Amazon. So yeah, thank you.
Sounds good. Well, Giselle, thank you for your time once again and
Thank you, Richard, for
all the
having me.
best.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Pleasure. You're welcome.